Good morning. In today's session, we are going to learn about constraints and its types in DBMS. Going into the presentation. Okay, just an introduction to SQL constraints. When you're going to create a table, what syntax you'll be using? You'll be using create table, table name, then column name you will give, then you will give the data type, and then you will give the size, and you're going to continue until all the attributes has been specified. Then you're going to just complete, and then a table will be created. This is what you're going to do for creation of a table. When you're going to create a table, you can also add constraints as an option. Here the constraints is actually it is used to specify rules for the data in a table. It enforces the rules on the table. So for example, if you are going to take the voters database, that is the voting age is 18 years and above. Suppose if a person has attained 18 years or above, then he or she is eligible for voting. So that is a constraint here. Suppose if they are going to insert a particular data into a voter ID database, then they have to check the age of the particular person should be 18 years or above 18 years. If a person is below 18 years of age, then he or she is not eligible to be a part of that particular database. So this is actually a constraint. An Oracle table can be created with a column name, data type, and a column size, and you're going to keep on inserting this, populate the data with to that particular table. Okay, a table cannot be deleted if there is dependencies. For example, if when you're going to use a foreign key, you're already there will be one table which is already there, then it will refer to some other table. Okay, suppose you cannot delete a table, that is a foreign key you cannot delete, since it is referring to another table. You cannot delete that table. That is actually called as dependency. Here there are two types of constraints are there. One is integrity constraint, the other one is value constraint. Talking about integrity constraint, integrity constraint is actually it will refer something. For example, primary key, if you are going for a primary key, it will check two things. One is it should not be empty. It should not be empty, and it should be, there should not be having same values. It should not be repeated, not null, and it should have some value. It should not be left empty. So these two are the constraints. And foreign key also the same. Foreign key will be dependent on the primary key on another table. So this dependency is actually called as integrity constraint. Then value constraint. Value constraint is actually for every, for example, if you want to specify that for a single column, that you should definitely specify some value. For example, mobile phone. Mobile phone is a particular column which cannot be left empty in the current situation, in any situation. Okay, the next one is naming constraint. How will you give a name for a constraint? There is a format here: table name, column name, constraint abbreviation. For example, there are 7 constraints are there. Each and every constraint will be having its own abbreviation. For example, PK stands for primary key, FK stands for foreign key, then UN stands for unique key, and so on. How will you define a constraint? You can define a constraint either in column level, or you can define a constraint in table level. Suppose if you want to define a constraint in column level, then you will choose a single column, and then you will just tell what is a constraint you want to use it in that particular column. It will be only enforced on that column alone in the table. Whole table will not be, it will not be taking into consideration. It will take only that particular column which you have specified. So general syntax is column data type, constraint, constraint name, constraint type. In a table level, what happens means the constraints refers to more than one columns and is defined separately from the definitions of the columns. How will you define a table level constraint? The general syntax is constraint, constraint name, constraint type, column, it goes on. The constraints are used to limit the type of the data that can go into a table. This ensures that the accuracy and reliability of the data in the table, because it is applying to the whole table. There are 7 kinds of constraints are there. starting from the primary key constraint, foreign key constraint, not null constraint, unique key constraint, check constraint, default constraint, and index constraint. Starting from not null constraint. Not null constraints ensure that the column should not be left empty. It should not be a null value. You cannot just leave a space or a zero. Then it is called as a not null constraint. Then unique key constraint means each and every value you're giving to the particular column should be different. It should not be a same value. Primary key constraint is actually, what is a primary key? A primary key value cannot be the same or it cannot be left empty. So if these two conditions are met with, then you're going to call it as a primary key. Then foreign key, it is uniquely identifies the row or record in another table. Check constraint. Check constraint means it will check for all the, for examples, if you want to check a particular thing, that for example a mobile number should be 10 digits, it is actually a check condition. If you're going to apply in a particular field, it will check that mobile number should be 10 digits, it should be there. If you're going to check it, then it satisfies it, it takes the input, otherwise it doesn't. Default means if you if you know value is specified, it will take it as a default. Actually the last one is index. The index is actually, it will retrieve the database much more faster than normal database. Not null constraints, we are going to go in depth in not null constraint. Not null constraints ensures that the column has a value and the value is not a null value. So it will not allow space or a numeric zero. It will not allow. There is no need to use the not null constraint for the primary key, because the primary key should be not null and it should the value should be unique. So there is no need, it is already there, so you need not specify. The syntax is name varchar2, that is varchar, for example I'm giving varchar2 of 15 is the size, constraint, faculty, name, then I am specifying the abbreviation NN, not null. The example here is create table person, then the primary key is ID, data type is integer, it is actually not null. Then you are specifying here the ID should not be null, the last name should not be null, and the first name should not be null. Whenever you are specifying in the column, it will not just leave a blank space here. If you give values, then it will be inserted, otherwise it will not be created. Okay, when you're going to insert the value should be there. Unique key constraint. Unique key constraint is actually each and every value of a column or a set of columns must be unique. A unique constraint allows null values unless not null is also applied to the column. Here is an example here. An example here is create table persons. You're going to create a table person. ID is actually the key here, which should not be null and it should be unique. And then last name, I'm specifying it should not be null. Whenever you are going to specify is unique, each and every value given for that particular column should not be the same. Primary key constraint. Primary key constraint is also known as integrity constraint. Actually, this integrity constraint is only for it will be taking for a table. Only one primary key is allowed for a table. You cannot have 2-3 primary keys. Only one primary key constraint can be considered for one table. It is defined by department number, the size, constraint, department underscore department ID, primary key, PK stands for primary key, and then you're going to specify primary key. Here, what happens here, ID is the primary key in the given example. Here, suppose you are writing as primary key, what happens means it will check whether the value given is unique, and it will check whether no field in the primary key is left empty. Foreign key constraint. A foreign key constraint is also known as a referential key constraint, and it uses a column as a foreign key, and it is established as a relationship of the primary key and same or another table. Okay, so for here the example here is persons. Persons is a table. In that person table, you are having one that is the primary key as person ID. Here you're going to create one more table that is called as orders. In that orders, you're going to refer that particular primary key. You're having one column by the name person ID, okay, which is present in the table orders, which is referring to the person ID, which is a primary key in another table, that is the parent table, that is person. So by using the common column, which is called as a person ID in both the tables, you can go for linking these two tables. This is actually the foreign key constraint. The other one is actually check constraint. Check constraints defines the condition that every row must satisfy. CC stands for check constraint. Here the constraint is the department ID should be between 10 and 99. This is what you are specifying in a column level. And then default constraint. Default constraint is used to provide default values for a column. The default value will be added to all the new rows if no other value is specified. If you're not going to specify any values, then it will add all these values, default value, for unspecified values. For example, here the city, they have given the data type as varchar, the size is 255. Default, I've given some city name, sadness. Yeah, suppose if you're not giving any value, it will take the default value. The index constraint. Index constraint is actually you're going to create index so that for faster retrieval of data. For example, syntax is create index name on table name, column 1, column 2, it goes on. Here you're going to create an index by the name idx last name for which table you're creating, for person table, and you're going to refer what name, that is last name. You're going to by referring the last name, you're going to create an index, and for this is actually used for faster retrieval of data. Hope you understood what are constraints. Thank you for listening.